shift the way you lead, the way you live. Clarity, courage, change. Because your next level won't wait. This is Monday MindShift, the clarity you've been craving, the shift you didn't know you needed. Hello, hello, hello to all. Welcome to the return of Monday MindShift. I know we've taken 2 weeks off, but I'm glad to be back. Glad to have anyone joining us. Waiting for this. There it is. Waiting for it to show up live on LinkedIn so I can follow along. I see a comment from Bill and Dr. Brian Grossman. I'll give this a minute. How's everybody's week's been? How's July going for everybody? Here we are in the second half of 2026. Where did it all go? It's blown by for me. What about you? Let me know in the comments where you're joining from. Let me know you're here. As I've said before, the system doesn't tell me. It tells me counts. Like I can look at LinkedIn and it'll tell me how many people are watching. On Restream, it tells me how many people are watching over on YouTube. It gets nothing from LinkedIn. And so if you don't comment, I don't know you're here. But I'm excited to share this topic with everyone today. So, and as I said, it's been about 2 weeks. I took 2 weeks of no mind shift. And honestly, part of it was the move and travel, but part of it was intentional as well. Because we spent 6 episodes looking at identity under pressure. And we finished that looking at the third chair, or what we would call the witness seat. To be honest, I didn't want to rush past that. Because some things we need to sit with. We need the silence to let it process, to let it digest. Today is not a new series, it's one question. And I want to stay with it through the whole session. And that question is this: what would you have to believe about yourself to fully own what you've already built? Don't answer that yet. Just notice what you felt in your body when you heard it. Go ahead and drop the first word that came up for you. One word. Drop that in the comments. Good evening, Liana, or good morning, afternoon for Liana. So let me repeat that question. What would you have to believe about yourself to fully own what you've already built? Give me one word in the comments. What comes up? What's the first word that comes to mind when you think about that? Because here's what I know. Many of you built something real. A business, a practice. Maybe it's your reputation that people trust. Or the family that's held together because you held it together. That evidence, it's everywhere. And what I keep seeing is this: the evidence piles and piles and piles, but the ownership never shifts. You walk through your life like a guest. You're polite, you're careful, and you're quietly waiting for someone to ask you to leave. Some people dress that up and call it humility. Others say, I'm just staying grounded. I would say there's a version of grounded that is better defined as crouching. And the line I want you to sit with today is this: the deed to what you built is written in your belief. Have you signed it? I once watched an acquaintance stare at his own revenue dashboard. Years of work all in front of him on a single screen. And he said this: I keep waiting for someone to correct this. That's what an unsigned deed looks like or sounds like. The results are there. The results have transferred, but the deed never has. Because no achievement can issue that automatically. You have to grant it on purpose and consciously. It won't happen automatically. It takes your intentional effort. All right, we have a very light turnout. Is everybody on vacation? Or maybe it's because I shifted the time, but I had an important call at the normal time that was important for the creation that I've been building, the identity breakthrough engine, which is my new little baby. So let me go ahead and my guide has me doing the 2 chairs, but I feel like it's too early. So talk to me about, have you signed the deed? Have you consciously decided that the deed is yours, that you're ready to own what you've built fully? Have your beliefs, has your self identity updated to accept that? Good morning, Leslie, or good afternoon, Leslie. Welcome. All right, so this is going to go a little faster than usual, but that's okay. So let's look at the 2 chairs. In chair number 1 is the builder. I'll call him the builder. I'll call her the builder. It's the identity you formed as you were climbing. When holding on to that was your whole strategy. With it comes a belief that if I relax this grip, it's all taken away. You hear it in internal disclaimers or external. Often these are external. I got lucky. He was just in the right place at the right time. This chair has built everything you have. But that chair can't enjoy any of it because that feels like dropping the guard. Like, if I enjoy it, then it can go away. The second chair, I'll call the resident. Same history, equal results. Here's the difference. For that version, the audition is over. That person stands inside of what they built, doesn't flinch. They can confidently say, I made this. And they don't scan the room like, who's going to object? As usual, the question isn't which is the right chair. The question to ask yourself is this: which chair am I sitting in right now? I'll drop this in the comments, but here's the prompt I want you to complete when you get a chance. Do it soon, not when you get a chance. Do this as soon as you can. Write it down. Finish this sentence. If you put it in the comments, even better. I'll fully own what I've built when I finally believe blank about myself. I'm going to drop that in. Yes, and now it goes. And welcome, Meryl. Glad to see you here from northern New Jersey. Annie, I am in the new house. I changed cities, I changed houses. New house, new chapter. We're all loving it here. My son's gone most of the day. He gets up in the morning. He's like, hey, I'm going to the park. Okay, have fun. And he goes and plays with the kids at the park. It's a few hundred meters, a few hundred feet away. We love it. We go walk there when the weather's nice, and we're loving it. So this is the new context. No more green wall. Sorry, people. I hope you weren't loving that, because I didn't. That is the new, there you go. There's the new background. This is the new world for Sean. So, in the spirit of the question I asked about I'll fully own what I've built when I finally believe, my new baby. So let me bring that up over here. My new baby is called the Identity Breakthrough Engine. I designed it based on the work I was doing with clients. I would have the sessions with the clients, and I took what was shared in the call to build daily prompts that I then manually sent to my clients. Small actions that they could take to keep the momentum with the shifts and the changes they were making in their life, in their business, in their relationships. That was a lot of work. Generating the prompts, remembering to send the prompts. Most of the time I did pretty good, but sometimes those life happens, right? My son needs more time, or my wife needs me to fix something or whatever, and I would forget them. So I built the Identity Breakthrough Engine to keep the momentum going between sessions. All right, so I've got some comments. Where are you? I'm still in Guatemala.